Hello everybody. Well, I'm running a little behind this month, but the next 4 stages of the Daleks are here, so let's get started on the build. Before starting the next few steps in building the Dalek, I do want to return to the control console that I want to add in some lights. In order to do that, I do need to get a hole drilled down in through the back of the control console, and then also into the base on the main unit as well. So just to start this out, I'm going to go ahead and use a very small drill bit in my pin vise here, and I'm just going to go ahead and drill through. This will be where the wires will come up in order to be able to get power to the LEDs. Now, I'm not sure what size hole I'm actually going to end up needing, so this very small hole that's on here should be more than enough to be able to allow me to locate where this is going to get drilled, and then I can make it larger once I know how much wiring needs to come through here. On the base itself, I need to go ahead and set this into its spot, and from the inside I'm going to then be able to drill out the same pilot hole, creating that initial location, and get that prepared for putting in the lights. So that initial hole is located on the panel and also in the top of the pedestal. So that is now set and ready. So the next thing that I need to do for this will be to get my LED strips into place and get the material cut out of the top plate. But for now, it's time to move on to the next couple pieces to build up the rest of the interior. So as other people have done during their builds, to be able to get some of the parts, the hoses that are going to be in the back, the wires that are going to be in the back, this seat is actually going to be in the way. So I've gone ahead and taken the screws out to be able to remove the seat for now. I may just end up leaving this out for quite a while because, one, looking at pictures of the original prop, this seat doesn't exist, and I may also may decide to either create my own area for the Dalek to sit. I may modify this. I may build something entirely new for in here a little later down the road. Haven't decided how I want to deal with that yet. So taking the seat out for now, leaving that area open. So for our next step here, the remainder of the back wall is given to us along with the connecting panel that's going to hold both of these together. And you'll notice I've also removed the cylinders that were in the back, just set those off to the side. Plus we have all the screws that are going to put everything in. So just as before, we've already seen how this goes in. That's going to come up right from the bottom here. And the screws are going to go into the underside, locking that into place. So now it's time to add this connecting panel between these two back walls. Now, since I plan on doing some modifications to my Dalek to try and make it a little more screen accurate, I am not going to glue this panel into place yet, but this will be an excellent place to actually be able to apply some of the modeling cement to be able to bond weld those together so that you have a good solid piece. For now though, so I can still be able to take things apart to be able to do my modifications, for now I'm just going to go ahead and set that into place and go ahead and get the screws in place for it as well. Finally, the last step now is to go ahead and get both of these cylinder pieces put into place. So just like the ones that are on the left-hand side, these are going to go in and get screwed down into place. And that is the end of this particular step. So on to step number 24. This is going to take us on to the next level of the cockpit area. So moving on up, we have the first back panel, and again we have two of these cylinders. Now these on the back panel of the Dalek, there are clearly from the original prop none of these bumps. So for this construction, I will need to go along at some point and remove all these bumps from this piece. I'm not going to do that right now. I do want to plan out more of what I want to do before I start doing these modifications. So for now, I'm going to leave this, but I will end up dismantling it. I'll remove all of these bumps from this back surface, get it all cleaned up, repainted. Now the cylinders are relatively close as far as them being accurate. They are definitely on the back wall. You can actually see them in the pictures. Now, are they 100% accurate? No, there is some minor detailing on them that is not accurate. Again, I'm not going to go for a 100% accurate screen accurate model here. I just want to make it more screen accurate as I'm going through. So I want to just try and make some basic improvements to make it a little more screen accurate. These do need to get painted. In this particular case, I'm actually going to use a combination of the some chrome silver and the gunmetal that I had used before to be able to get these painted. I'm going to sponge it on as I did before, so again I get a sort of a modeling effect as I go through it. I will not be doing any of the bluing on it like was seen with the first four that had been done. So I'm going to go ahead and get these painted and be right back. So while those pieces are drying, I'm going to go ahead and get the wall section set into place. So we've got the the 4 posts that are here on the top. I'm going to set that right down into place, bring that around, and we can see where the 4 different screws are going to go in. So there's that first wall section now in place. And now I can go ahead and get the 2 sets of the cylinders put into place. Okay, so now I have the first cylinder set into place. So I'm just going to hold this down as I drive in the first screw. And then put in the second one. Same thing's now going to happen with the second cylinder. And that's the end of this step. So step number 25 is exactly like number 24 was. You will see that I have already painted the 2 cylinders, first sponging on the chrome silver and then putting on the gunmetal, just to give them that bit of shine that they need. Again, I didn't paint it on solid. I just sponged it on so that you get sort of this mottled effect. You get some grunge kind of look to it. So let's go ahead and get this put on. And so that is the end of step number 25. We're going to be moving on into step number 26. Wow, so step number 26 has a lot of pipes and some hoses. We'll be inserting all of these pipes over here. These hoses here, we're not going to be using all of these in this step, so they're going to get kept until next month for the next stage. This little piece here is totally different from what is actually in the filming prop. The filming prop actually has a cone-shaped piece that actually goes into this location where this part goes. So for the moment, I'm not going to be able to manufacture the cone. I will go ahead and get this set into place, but I'm not going to necessarily do anything with it at the moment as far as any kind of painting. It is a very neat looking piece. I'll have to consider it whether I want to take the time to make the more cone-shaped piece or if I want to go ahead and use this. This does actually have some pretty neat details to it. I could certainly see with all of these sort of dimples that are in this area, putting in some type of lighting system that would allow each of these to flash independently. I don't know if there would be enough room for somehow threading in fiber optics, or if there were some small enough chip size or nano size LEDs from Evans Designs that might work in there. I'll have to consider it and think about it. These larger ports over on this side here could certainly take some LEDs. So I'll have to think about that, see what kind of lighting system there is. From what I remember of the episode where the Dalek opens up in front of Rose, I don't remember seeing any flashing lights on the interior. And of course, the still pictures that I have obviously are just still pictures. So I'll have to go back and watch that scene again, see if there's any indication of any kind of lights on the interior. But for now, I will go ahead and get things installed. Again, I'm not going to necessarily glue anything into place at this stage because I'm not sure what I'm going to want to keep and what I'm going to want to change out. So the very first part that actually is going in is actually this piece here. So this is going to go directly into the holes here in the back and then get screwed in here on the back side. So hopefully that will stay. So there's that piece in. Now, I had mentioned the possibility of maybe putting some type of a lighting effect into that square area there, whether it's with some very small LEDs or with some fiber optics. Looking on the back side here, there is definitely going to be a hollow area here. I know there's another piece that's going on here, so depending upon how big that hollow area is, may be enough to allow some LEDs to be placed down in here and some fiber optics to be moved up into that small area. Something that'll have to be looked into just depending upon which piece I decide to use, if I go ahead and use this part or if I somehow work out and make my own piece. These tubes are not marked in any way that I can find, so I've just had to compare them with the picture that's in the instructions, figure out which is which part. So hopefully I've got the correct one here. This should sit down into the hole here in the base, and then it should line up with the hole here in the square box here. It is a D-shaped hole, and it should be just a simple pressure fit into the hole. There we go. And then the other side goes into this one here and into this connection point over here. There we go. So it looks like this is the next one to go in. And this should go from that small hole here all the way up to the second location. These are a very tight fit. So that then goes in like that. And then this one tucks in behind the cylinder a little bit. And I just popped out that first one. Pressed all the way down in. And get this guy back. In place. Okay. So those are those two. Alright, I'm pretty sure this is the next one. And it is going to go into this hole way here in the back. Plus, it's going to get this cap put on top, which does have a D shape to it. So that should be going in like that. And then down into the hole and onto the little post right there. Again, that is a very, very tight fit. Let me just double check, make sure I do have the correct one. Yep, this has to be the correct one. Go down into there. And then press fit into there. There we go. All right. And then our final two are actually just going to go into the hole location here. And then there's another one hiding way back here behind the copper pipes that I put in. And for now, these are just going to insert and stand because they don't have anything for the top to connect to yet, which will probably be happening in the next stage. There it goes. And there that one goes. So now, what color do I want to paint those? I'm going to need to do a quick little bit of looking. I have a feeling these are probably just randomly created piping by the, by Hachette. And they'll either get painted up, they may get removed. I'll just have to see how I want to use those. I may even use them differently, depending upon what I decide to do next. So the last of these cables here don't get used in this stage, so I'm going to go ahead and just put them away into the box that they came in, keep them safe for next month, and be able to continue to work on this next time. So just setting the other pieces back into place just so that you can have an idea of what this is all looking like at this stage. This is all going to go here. Of course, the seat will end up back in here. And eventually, the head of the Dalek will end up sitting right in this area here. So, quite menacing looking. So thanks very much. This is being a lot of fun, even knowing that I'm going to have some accurizing to do to make this a little more screen accurate. I'm still having a lot of fun with it and enjoying it, and I hope that you're having fun watching this being built. Take care, everybody, and we'll see you next time.